Like when was it that we come up with the idea and when we developed collaboration?
Well, it was very fast because the team agreed go for the game very quickly, and then we have a game lab in MIT, so we just simply sort of contact. In fact, we contact Eric first, and he's interested, so he sent us a 3-4 page proposal about the idea, and from then on, he assigned a key person, which is Rick, to us, who is now working with us very closely on the project.
Yeah. So is Eric still on this project?
I'm not so sure. He is actually involved personally. He may be somewhat quote-unquote in charge. I don't think he is as deeply involved as Rick.
And that happened in September?
The idea of game came very, very early. I think maybe July. Maybe March we have the idea of 2015.
Okay.
They have been working on it for a long time though. Yeah,
I know that he has courses in terms of teaching how to use educational games in the planning context. And so from September when I entered the development, you have seen the whole process of the game development. What do you think the progress is? Like how do you think the game is becoming more realistic, or do you see it's becoming more complete, or some other way? What do you think is the progress?
Well, I'm very pleased with the progress, but it depends on what the endpoint you're looking at, right? So if you're looking at the conventional games in the market, we are far from that kind of polishing products, because so the games, as I learned from the entire process, is conceptualization of the concept, right? And then there is programming, and there's polishing, and there's marketing. We are not talking about anything related to polishing at all at this point. We are conceptualizing different rules, and then incorporating those rules in the games. And then also we are trying to verify the rules in a way that those rules will reflect what we want to communicate with the learners in terms of socially responsible real estate entrepreneurship, right? So that process would possibly take about 2 years, and we are about half of a year, a little bit over a year, and we just extend the contract of the game lab to have them recruit them to do another year. The other year is mainly on verifying, testing, to make sure that the rules are realistic to the best of our ability, and also the games will able to carry the message or messages to the targeted learner about socially responsible real estate development. And that process will take a very long time. This is a most labor-intensive process. The conceptualization and programming actually quite quick. They came up with a paper game very quickly, maybe half a year, and then they program it in the handheld in half a year, and that's where we are right now. And they're talking about keep refining the rules and the interface with the learner to make it more effective in terms of conveying the idea. And then after that, the polishing is very, very intense. With a lot of code writers and also capital. And we're talking about millions. And it's very different scope and scale. And of course, the marketing is also very intense, which MIT Game Lab will not do. Now, whether we will go on into the polishing stage and the marketing stage will depend on the donor. If the donor is willing to support this idea using game as a media, then we will move forward. because the game or games was not part of the agreement that we have with the donor as one of the educational media. In agreement, it's mainly case studies and mocks.
I see. So talking about the broader mission of the STL Lab, how do you see this project with respect to that mission, and how is it different or similar to other projects we're having right now?
Well, I think the games hopefully we'll do several will be a very effective way to target younger generation. We'll think about high school kids. But let's ideally, if we indeed polish the game and market it correctly in China, then a lot of young people might be playing it, and it will set the stage, right? A good foundation for them to move on when they become college graduate or college students, graduate students, or even professionals, to understand our mocks more properly. Right? So we are thinking about different educational media for different age cohort. We don't believe that mocks will be appropriate for high school kids, for even the first 2 years, the freshman and sophomore of undergraduate, because they could be somewhat complicated for them. So mocks, the games will be a very playful, very simple way to communicate some principle, not very sophisticated principle, to the younger people. Hopefully they will nurture some interest on their part to move on to understand the issue of how the conventional real estate investment can be integrated with proper planning to make it into socially responsible real estate investment.
Yeah. So do you think the difference is mainly in the age group?
Age group, the target audience. The key is that we don't believe that online courses is the only media that can reach our cohort, our target audience, which is from 16 to 25. Right? Each cohort has their own interests and need, and I don't think the kind of online courses that we are contemplating or producing could be very useful or understandable to college kids or high school kids. And the game is indeed mainly for high school kids. Of course, the games can be also integrated into the mocks, right? So long as we have the offline coordination, because the games, as we have been experimenting, is for the summer camp, which is have a lot of personal interaction in it. Rather than you can put online, people will play it and learn about this, the ideas. But eventually, what we envision is that players can compete online. Right? So if we do it in the handheld media, young people can play the game online with somebody thousands of miles away and don't know who they are.